I want to show you how to trim your half square triangles using my absolute favorite ruler, which is the Clearly Perfect Slotted Trimmers by Carrie Carr of New Leaf Stitches. I first saw this demonstrated in one of my guild meetings, and I immediately bought the ruler because I just love it so much. I think it's amazing. It comes in a set of two. You can make 1-inch finished all the way to 6-inch finished half square triangles. So you have one ruler for the half-inch marks and one ruler for the inch marks. So we are going to make 2.5-inch unfinished half square triangles. So I'm going to use this ruler. I've already made all my half square triangles and I've trimmed them all apart so that I have 8 half square triangles. I know this is 4, the other 4 hanging out over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this. So we're going to do this without pressing it first. And I like to do it almost a little sideways. I think it's a little easier to get all the cuts without your hand being in a wonky position. You'll notice that the ruler has 2 sets of lines. It has the dotted line and the straight line. The dotted line is where you want to line up your stitching, and the straight line is 1/4 inch below that, so ideally where the end of your fabric should line up. I don't worry too much about the straight line because sometimes when you're cutting half square triangles apart, especially when you do 8 at a time, you don't get that perfect 1/4 inch, and I think that's okay, as long as you have your stitching line lining up with the dotted line. So I'm doing 2.5-inch unfinished for the Harvest Star quilt along, and I've lined them all up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 cuts. We're going to cut up this way. We're going to cut this way, up, always away from your body, and then we're going to do the 2 little dog ears, trim and trim. And there you go. Perfectly trimmed half square triangle. It's ready to be pressed open, and then you don't even have to trim the dog ears because you've already done that. Isn't that easy? I love it.